Hello, virtual learners. Today we are learning about citing books in MLA 8. This is a virtual curriculum for ages 12 plus. So, on the agenda, today you will learn how to find and cite books in the MLA 8 format. Skills that you will learn are what a citation is, what goes into a completed citation, and how to make an MLA citation. So first, we need to learn the basics. And there's some basic vocabulary that will be really helpful into completely understanding how to make a citation. So first is a source. A source is the place that something comes from. See, like water often comes from a source. It could be a pond or a lake or anything like that. When gathering information for a school project, you will come across many different sources, including books, websites, and journals. Here's a website, a journal, and then some books. A citation is the way to tell readers that certain parts of your work came from another source. So basically, it's saying that some places that you got your information are not off the top of your head. It's things that you learn from other people. Citations are important to include so that your teacher knows where you learn certain information, and it's often helpful if the teacher has a question about a fact you put, if they can just ask for your citation or you've already given it to them, and it will help them. MLA 8 is a style of making citations that is required by most middle school teachers, and it is also used in high school mostly. So, MLA format for books. Any MLA citation should be written in the following format: author, period, title in italics, period, title of container in italics, comma, contributors, comma, version, comma, number, comma, publisher, comma, year of publication, period. The citation should absolutely always be written in 12-point Times New Roman. The author. So we're going to break it down here, and you're going to learn about each different part of the citation so you know what to do and how it all could fit together. So the author is the person who wrote the book. Their name should be written with their last name first. For example, if their name is Jane Doe, it should be written Doe, comma, Jane. A period should come after the name of the author. The title. The title is the name of the work. It can be the title of the book or the title of the story, poem, or essay if it is contained inside a book. The title should be written in italics, and a period should come after it. So, the container. A container is used if the story, poem, or essay comes from a collection. For example, if the story The Telltale Heart is contained in the book The Complete Works of Edgar Allan Poe, then The Complete Works of Edgar Allan Poe is the container. The container should be written in italics and a comma should follow it. Containers are not always used. If a book is not contained inside of a larger work, then the book title will go in this title area and there will be nothing for the container. The contributor. So a contributor is someone who makes a contribution to the book but is not the main author. It can be a translator, editor, or a contributing author. Names of contributors should be written with their first name first. Example, translated by Jane Doe and edited by John Doe. The contributors' names should have a comma after all of them. Example, translated by Jane Doe and edited by John Doe, comma. So the version. Books are commonly published in different versions called editions. They're often called the revised edition. The version should be written with a comma after it. So if a book says on the cover, that is the revised edition, here on the version section, you'll write revised edition. The version is not always used. The number. So the number is used if a book is part of a numbered collection of books. For example, if a book is labeled Volume 1, then it should be cited as VOL period 1. The number should be followed by a comma. And for example, something that could be in a numbered collection would be Harry Potter. So the very first book of Harry Potter would be Volume 1. And the second book would be Volume 2, and so on. Important note, books do not always have a contributor, version, or number, but everything else is always used in a completed citation. The publisher. The publisher is the name of the company that published the book. The publisher of a book is located on the title page. This can be found in the first few pages of the book. The publisher should be written with a comma after it. The year of publication. The year of publication is the year that your specific edition of a book was published. It can be found on the title page of a book, which is located in the first few pages. The year of publication should be written with a period after it. So for example, you will have the publisher's name of the company, comma, 2004, if the year of publication was 2004. And to explain that the publication year is for the edition of the book that was published. For example, let's say Jane Eyre was published in 1874, which it probably is not, but let's say it was. So the revised edition with a translation in, let's say, German, made in 2012 would have the year of publication be 2012, even though the original book was published in 1874 or some other earlier year. Now that you know what goes into a citation, here are a few examples of completed citations. And if you notice, not all of these citations have a contributor, number, or version. It just depends. Like here's one by Sutton, Amy L. And if there is a middle initial that the author uses, you should put it after the first name. The book is called Heart Attack Disorder Source Book, and it was published by Omni Graphics in 2010. Another one is by Momoko Iko, and it is written Iko, Momoko. The title of the book is Gold Watch. From the container, so the overall arching book that it was in was Unbroken Thread, an anthology of plays by Asian American women. This was edited by Roberta Uno, published by U of Massachusetts P in 1993. And this next book is by Wallace Stevens. It is called Sunday Morning, and the overarching book that it was contained in is the collected poems of Wallace Stevens. This was published by Vintage Random in 1990. So it's practice time, the very best time. So find your favorite book and cite it. Make sure to gather all your information and format it correctly. Put your answer on the next slide. So your citation will go right here. Congratulations, you have made a great citation and your teacher gave you perfect marks. Woohoo! What did we learn today? We learned the different types of sources, what a citation is, what MLA 8 is, the parts of a citation, and how to make your very own citation. Appendix. So here is a list of some resources. Here's a video on when and why to cite sources video if you are having trouble understanding why people cite or when it is appropriate to cite. And here is a worksheet on identifying parts of citations. So about the author, that's me. Hi, my name is Alicia Palatt. In my free time, I love to read, swim, and play with my younger brother, Gavin. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned a lot today.